story is called Blame Dad Chronicles The Library Heist, Part 2, The Hunt for Treasure.
The Turner family sat in the living room, staring at the photocopied treasure map tacked to the wall. The hand-drawn lines and cryptic notes seemed to mock them with their mystery. "All right, team," Dad said, pacing in front of the map like a general preparing his troops. "This isn't just a treasure map. This is our map, a challenge from the past to prove our worth." Ellie rolled her eyes. "It's probably a map to someone's old lunchbox." "Ellie," Dad said, turning to her with a serious expression, "this could be the adventure of a lifetime. You don't turn down a call to destiny." Jake, already caught up in Dad's excitement, pointed at a squiggly line labeled Whispering Woods. "It starts here." "What's next?" Dad grinned. "First, we gather supplies. Every great treasure hunt requires the right gear." Phase 1, the prep work. Within an hour, the Turner's car was packed with everything Dad deemed essential. Flashlights, hiking boots, a compass that no one knew how to use, sandwiches, and a collapsible shovel he called Excalibur. Mom raised an eyebrow as she climbed into the car. "You do realize this is probably just a wild goose chase, right?" "Not a goose chase," Dad corrected. "A treasure chase. Completely different." Jake leaned forward from the back seat. "What if it's actual gold? Or pirate loot," Dad added, his eyes sparkling. "Let's find out." Phase 2, into the Whispering Woods. The map led them to a trailhead just outside of town, marked by a sign reading Whispering Woods. "This is it," Dad said, pulling the map out of his pocket. "The starting point." Ellie glanced around. "It looks like a regular forest." Jake examined the map. "There's a dotted line leading to something called Echo Ridge. What's that?" Dad grinned. "Only one way to find out. Let's move out, Turner family." As they trekked through the woods, Dad insisted on narrating their journey. "Here we are, brave explorers, venturing into the unknown. Beware of traps, secret passages, and squirrels." A squirrel darted across their path, and Jake laughed. "That's probably the guardian of the treasure." Ellie sighed. "This is ridiculous." But even she couldn't hide her curiosity as the trail grew steeper and the trees thicker. Phase 3, the puzzle at Echo Ridge. After an hour of hiking, they reached a rocky outcrop overlooking the forest. A small wooden sign, weathered and nearly illegible, read Echo Ridge. "This is it," Dad said, holding up the map. "The first clue." Ellie frowned. "What clue?" Jake pointed to a note scribbled on the map. "Stand where the ridge sings, and the path will appear." "What does that even mean?" Ellie asked. "Let's find out," Dad said, stepping to the edge of the ridge. He cupped his hands around his mouth and shouted, "Hello!" His voice echoed back, bouncing through the forest. Jake joined in, yelling, "Treasure!" To everyone's surprise, the echoes formed a pattern. 3 distinct echoes, then silence, then 3 more. "It's like Morse code," Jake said excitedly. "Exactly," Dad said, pointing to a rock with a strange marking. "Look for anything with 3 marks." The kids scattered, and within minutes, Jake called out, "Found something!" It was a small metal box wedged between 2 rocks. Inside was a piece of paper with a single word, Riverbend. Phase 4, the Riverbend Mystery. Back on the trail, Dad explained the significance of their next destination. "Riverbend," he said, pointing to the map, "is marked with a star. That can only mean one thing. Treasure is near." Ellie, skeptical as always, said, "Or someone just really likes stars." But when they arrived at the bend in the river, they found another surprise. A series of stepping stones crossed the water, leading to a small island. Jake pointed. "It's got to be over there." Dad grinned. "You're probably right. Let's go." The stepping stones were slippery, and Dad nearly fell twice, but they made it across. On the island, a large tree stood at the center, its roots sprawling like fingers. "Look," Jake said, spotting another marking carved into the tree. It was an arrow pointing downward. Dad whipped out Excalibur, his collapsible shovel. "This is it. Time to dig." Phase 5, the Grand Discovery. The digging was slow and muddy, but after a few minutes, the shovel hit something solid. "Treasure!" Dad shouted, dropping to his knees. He pulled out a rusty metal chest, its hinges creaking as he opened it. Inside was a journal, Ellie said, disappointed. Dad picked it up, flipping through the pages. This isn't just a journal, it's a logbook. Someone recorded their own treasure hunts here. Jake read over Dad's shoulder. Look at this. October 15, 1952. Found an arrowhead near Echo Ridge. Best day of my life. Ellie frowned. So the treasure is someone else's memories? Exactly, Dad said, grinning. This is better than gold. It's history. Stories from someone who loved adventure as much as we do. The heartfelt ending. Back at home, the Turners sat around the living room, reading through the journal. It's kind of cool, Jake admitted. This guy really went all out. Ellie nodded. And he wrote it all down, like every detail. Dad leaned back, looking satisfied. That's the thing about treasure. Sometimes it's not about what you find. It's about the journey and the memories you make along the way. Mom smiled. So what's next? Another treasure hunt? Dad grinned. Always. And as the family laughed and planned their next adventure, they knew that they'd uncovered something truly special, a love for discovery, and a story that they'd never forget. The end.
Dad!